If you want to see me do this everyday makeup routine, then keep on watching. Let's do our makeup together. Okay, these are done. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought I would film my makeup routine. I never do my hair like this because I always look a little bit crazy with my hair crimped, but I was feeling crazy hair today, I guess. I have all of my makeup right here, so let's jump right in. I did already prep my skin with the Hope moisturizer from Philosophy. Anytime I run out of moisturizer, I always buy a new brand because I'm trying to find one that I love, and I'm really liking this one and might actually buy it again, so. Don't talk about the missing nail. I am trying to do glue-ons and not getting my nails done just to save money, and I'm not really a fan because they're always falling off, but they're pretty cute. They're little cherries. Oh my gosh, works every time. Now I'm awake, so let's get started. The first thing I go in with is the Smashbox Halo Glow Tinted Moisturizer. I am not a light coverage girl by any means. I don't have perfect skin, so I can't do like a Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter kind of product because it just doesn't work with my skin. So I am not a tinted moisturizer person, but this tinted moisturizer has really good coverage, so I use this literally every single day. My twin sister actually recommended this to me. We're twins, so if it works for her, it's gonna work for me. I blend it in using a beauty sponge. This one's from Real Techniques. I have never been a brush girly with blending foundation. I have tried Real Techniques, a regular beauty blender brand. Wow, that is a tongue twister. And I always end up coming back to Real Techniques because it's just the OG. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Concealer. All of these products have such long names. I bought this concealer because for a while I was using the Laura Mercier like translucent setting powder. So I thought if I had the concealer and powder duo, like they would work really well together, which they did. But I actually switched up my translucent powder that I'm using, so you guys will see that in a second. I have been wearing makeup, I think since I was like 13 years old. I have just always been a girly girl wearing makeup, girly clothes, that kind of a thing. I did have a phase in like middle school where I would only ever put my hair in a ponytail and I would do a full face of makeup with no eyebrows. That was like definitely not my best self. I don't know why I wasn't doing eyebrows. Trust me, I now do them because as you can see, they're like pretty fair. Like there's no hair there. I kind of just apply my concealer wherever I want to, obviously my T-zone, but I have a little blemish on the side of my nose, so I just put some on the sides of my nose as well. But yes, I've been doing makeup for like ever, it feels like, and I just love it. I remember I would wear like an orange cut crease to church with winged eyeliner and of course no eyebrows. I don't know what got into me back then, but I just love doing my makeup since forever. I do my makeup sometimes when I go to the gym, which some people think is like really crazy, but I just like to look good and feel my best. And by all means, I know that I do not need makeup to look and feel my best, but yes, I do. Okay, this is actually a newer product in my routine. This is the Dib Stick. I use shade 2. It's a contour and blush duo stick. And I got this because a lot of the clean, light makeup girlies on TikTok use this, so I wanted to be like them. And I am by no means a light makeup girly, but I do love this stick. Before, I was using the Rare Beauty contour stick and the Rare Beauty like blushes, and I love that duo. That definitely is a little bit more like higher coverage, but I don't know, for the summertime, I'm really loving this one. And then I also use the Dib stick to blend it out. I use this side for contour, this side for blush. Growing up, I would always watch all of the makeup gurus on YouTube. I just loved seeing what products they were using, how they were applying their makeup, and I think that's what really got me into makeup so young. But also, I was never like a crazy makeup wearer. I'm kind of lying because I would never wear eyebrows, but like I never would wear super harsh contour or like crazy like red blush. Like I was never like, I don't want to say bad at doing makeup because not doing your eyebrows is bad, but like I never really just had like super like wiggly eyeliner. Like I was always like practicing and perfecting my makeup, which I think helped me because I'll look back at photos of myself and it's not like the worst thing ever. Whereas I have some friends who have shown me like when they started doing makeup and it's like, oh my gosh, the horror show. I also think my older sister Caroline played a big role in me getting into makeup because she is 7 years older than me, so she was like wearing makeup when I was really little, and I would always like sneak in her room and try on all her makeup and she would get so mad. Or I would just watch her put her makeup on in the morning before school. Okay, this side for blush. I've learned with this Dib stick, you just have to tap it a couple of times. If you over blend it, it will completely disappear. I will say this stick is pretty moist. I would say like my makeup is more wet when I'm using these products versus the Rare Beauty contour and blush combination that I was doing for a while. My makeup was a little bit more dry and more matte, which I love a matte look. I am by no means an a luminous girl. So just keep that in mind if you want to buy the stick. Okay, so now that my base is done, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty translucent powder. It's called Pound Cake, and I do this kind of a specific way only because I don't want to set my forehead or anything yet. I'm gonna go in with this little powder puff from Beauty Blender. I'm just gonna go under my eyes, down my nose, my chin, the other eye, and then I kind of just blend it in almost like a literal beauty blender and just pat the powder on my face so that it's not like as like visible and harsh like it is down here. Okay, there we go. And then I immediately go in with my little powder brush and just like pat all of the powder around my face. Because if I let it sit, it does get a little bit cakey. That's it. I did not touch my forehead at all because it honestly is kind of funny. Sometimes I will do my eyebrows and they're perfect and I do not need to use any concealer or anything. That's the majority of the time, but sometimes I'll do my eyebrows and they are just wiggly, wanky. It's because of those years that I didn't do them that I don't have as much practice. So I don't powder there in case I need to go in with a little bit of concealer. But I use the Brow Pop from Kosas eyebrow pencil. And I'm just gonna carve my eyebrows out and I'll show you them after. Okay, I'm back. This is about as good as it's gonna get. I honestly haven't really been loving my eyebrows recently. They're kind of boxy. I haven't really gotten into the growing my eyebrows out fluffy trend, but this is just how I do my eyebrows. I never really like them at this step in my makeup routine, but usually once I'm done, I'm like, oh, everything came together nicely, so bear with me. I do use my beauty blender and tap the front of my eyebrows just so they don't look super boxy. Okay, now that the eyebrows are done, I'm gonna go in and powder my forehead now. And then I take my brush and I just pat the powder in. Okay, now for the fun part. I feel like once you get past this part in your makeup routine, everything is a lot more fun. Contour, blush, eyeshadow, lipstick, all the things. Okay, next we're gonna go in with our bronzer. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their powder bronzer in shade Saddle. I take this brush. This is the Morphe M581 brush. My identical twin sister has like the best makeup routine, so she recommended this contour with this brush specifically. And then also my blush and my blush brush. A lot of tongue twisters today. I just go in with it like this, only like a couple taps. You can't really do that much. I just tap it under my cheekbone and then also on my forehead. Today, I think I'm just gonna be doing a everyday makeup routine. I have been changing up my makeup for like nights out. I usually would do what I'm doing today when I would go out during the day, like for whatever. But recently for my nighttime makeup routine, like if I'm going to dinner, I've been doing a little bit more drama and I have been loving it. But today, if I'm being honest, I'm just going over to my sister's house to watch the next episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty that just came out today. So I don't wanna be doing anything too crazy. Okay, next I'm going in with the NARS Orgasm Edge Blush. This is just their mini size. I bought this to see if I would like it and I do, so I'm probably gonna get the full size one next time. And then this brush is just from It Cosmetics. It's just their angled brush. Speaking of The Summer I Turned Pretty, I have been loving this season. I was kind of slow to watching this show. I think I posted about this on this channel, but like it was just super boring when I first started watching it until I realized that the show does accurately depict how awkward it is being a teenager and like dating and stuff. So it is awkward to watch it because it's supposed to be. Anyways, I have been loving this season. I literally scream at the television for an hour every Wednesday with my sister. It's just so much fun. Okay, we are blushing it up. I'm loving this. I have been like obsessed with like overdoing my blush recently. I couldn't care less. I'm like, I love it. Okay, that's enough for now. I usually leave my contour and blush out because at the end, I usually add more. Now that all my powders are done, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel. What it looks like, there's actually like little brow fibers on the brush, which is kind of crazy. This is actually 1 or 2 shades too light for my eyebrows, which I like because if I'm ever feeling like my eyebrows are looking a little too dark, I brush this on and it kind of tames them down. Is it the biggest difference? No, but I notice. Okay, now we're gonna do our eyeshadow. Like I said, this is just my everyday look, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I use this Tartelette in Bloom palette. I feel like I've had this forever. I'm gonna go in with this shade here, Smarty Pants. I use this as my transition shade in my crease for any makeup look ever. Kind of just blend it around. There's really no technique here. I'm just shoving color in my crease. Usually if I'm doing a night out look, I'll go in with Rebel in my outer corner or Sweetheart if I'm doing a more like glam daytime look, just because this is a little bit lighter and more daytime than this one. But because I'm just going to watch a show at my sister's house, I don't think I'm gonna go in with either of those. I'm just gonna go in with Flower Child, this shade here, on my inner corner. And then I just go in with this brush from IT Cosmetics and just kind of brush through that lighter shade that I put on. I kind of pack it on so it gets a little powdery looking, so I just tap this brush over it so it looks a little bit less powdery. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this Ulta Beauty highlighter. This is in the shade Whatevs. Actually not on camera, but in person it looks pretty gold, but it's actually like a white highlighter. And then I just apply this in my inner corners and then on my Cupid's bow. Just like that. If I were to be doing a crazier like nighttime look, I would go in with this liquid eyeliner from Ofra. But since I'm not doing anything crazy today, I'm just gonna go in with this angled brush from IT Cosmetics and use this black shade Smoke Show right here and just draw on a little wing. I loved my winged eyeliner. I always have it on, so. Ooh, we actually forgot one thing. Okay, before we do that, I do curl my eyelashes. Okay, now we'll do the eyeliner. I kind of just like place it and drag and hope it turns out good. Okay, that one looks pretty good. Now let's do the other side. Okay, this side isn't as good, but I don't think Conrad or Jeremiah are really gonna care. Okay, now time for mascara. I think mascara is the most important part in your makeup routine other than your eyebrows. I have been using these two different mascaras. This is my go-to, the Roller Lash from Benefit. It is the best mascara on the market, but recently I've been trying the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Not really my favorite, but I'm basically out of this one, so we're gonna have to use this one for today. I think it's a great mascara. It's just really wet and it doesn't lift your lashes as well as the Benefit, but it's what we have, so we're gonna go in with this and the Jumbo NYX white eyeliner. Just pop a little bit of this on my waterline. I usually throw this on if I remember whenever during my routine, but I've noticed with the telescopic mascara, you have to do anything on your eyes beforehand because it's just so wet, it will get everywhere. I normally don't put this on if I'm doing like a night out look because I feel like the white is more eye-opening for more like daytime stuff. Telescopic's on top, Benefit's on the bottom. You can just see the difference. I don't know, I think I'm a Benefit girly, but we're hopping on the telescopic train at least until this is empty. That is one side all complete. I don't know if you can tell on camera because I definitely can. It is just not my favorite mascara. I don't know what it is. I also think this mascara's formula is blacker than the Benefit one, which lighter hair, lighter eyebrows just doesn't really work with my like color palette, but we need to get over it. Okay, let's go and do the other eye. That's the other eye all complete. This is the end of a makeup brush that I got. I think it was a Makeup Revolution palette like literally 10 years ago. And it is the best for removing any mascara that you might have gotten on your eye. I clearly got some right here. So I just lick the applicator just a little bit and then I just place it and drag. There we go. I have noticed with using the telescopic mascara, because the formula is a little bit darker than the Benefit one, at least in my opinion, I do feel the need to like touch up my contour and blush more after this point in my makeup routine. I feel like the darker formula is a lot more dramatic, so my face needs to be a little bit more dramatic to match it, if that makes sense. Okay, there we go. Now for the final two steps of the routine, it's lipstick and lip gloss. This is a Valentino lipstick. I talked about this in my last video. I got this as a gift and it came with like 3 different refills, so I don't know what shade this lipstick is, but it's my favorite shade ever, so I really need to find out because I'm literally almost out. And then lastly, I go in with my Buxom lip gloss. This is in shade Hot Toddy. And there we go. Okay, that is my everyday makeup routine all complete. I love it. Okay, and also by no means am I saying that I do this every single day. I definitely do not. There are days that I only put on eyebrow gel, curl my lashes, and that's literally it. But if I'm ever going out for the day, this is usually the routine that I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoyed spending some time with me this Friday morning and doing our makeup together. If you did, you can always show me your love and support by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing down below. And if you didn't know, I do have an Instagram and a TikTok, both same usernames as my YouTube, brooke.carell. I love you guys so much and I'll see you next week. Bye!